Hang on. Oh,
Trying to get it to record.
dang it.
Who have y'all done from Georgia? Chase and Latrell?
Yeah. Oh, and Hoke.
Hope too?
Yeah, we did Hoke. That was when they were taller.
All right.
All right, guys. Let's start.
Yeah, but recently. Okay.
All right, hey guys, what's up? Today we're doing an interview of Julian Farber, a Georgia State champ and a Super 32 All-American. Julian, what's up?
Nothing much. Just got back. I had a camp today and just ran. So now I'm just chilling for now.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So first question is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and some of your accomplishments?
All right. So I'm Julian. I started wrestling probably like when I was like 5. So I've been wrestling for about 13 years, and I've never really had it like click for me yet, like wrestling wise, until I started going with Coach Carr. And like Coach Carr's just developed me into like a totally different wrestler. Like I was never placing in like some Georgia tournaments, and now I'm placing at Super 32 preseason. I won state this year. Like Coach Carr's just helped me out like a lot, and I feel like taking a break also helps you out a lot. Like last year I had knee surgery, so I was out for like the whole summer. But like when I came back, I felt like 10 times better. I felt faster. I was picking up on stuff more. Like I don't know. I just like this past year is probably my best year so far.
It's kind of rare to get faster off knee surgery.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I don't know. I guess just like the desire to want to wrestle again.
Yeah.
I guess it inspired me.
So what style is your favorite, and what style do you feel you're probably the best at?
So folk style is my favorite style. It goes folk style, freestyle, Greco. Because I'm a very like active wrestler. I like to shoot a lot, and Greco you can't touch the legs, so I don't really like that. But and I definitely think that folk style is probably my best style. Because freestyle and Greco I don't really like know the moves that well and stuff, which I like to learn more. But I think folk style is definitely my better style and my favorite one.
So going into college, what is some of your short-term and long-term goals?
So like short-term goals are like to maintain like my grades, keep my grades up. I want to like maintain a 4.0 GPA, and then also like get better as like not just as a wrestler, but also like a human being, like developing new friendships and stuff. Because I'm not gonna really know anyone when I go off there, so I want to like be able to develop and build like better relationships, so I can like stay close with people up there also. And then like some more long-term goals are like I want to work on my top and bottom game more, because I know it's like a whole different level for like for college, because you get riding time. People are so much better like on top. So I want to be able to get off the bottom every time I'm on bottom, be able to turn people. And for neutral, I want to be able to like finish all my shots. That's like a long-term goal, because I can get on people pretty easy, but I struggle finishing sometimes. So I've been like making that a main focus also.
Yeah, people get more funkier as the day goes.
Yeah, it's crazy what people can do. Oh, and then also another short-term goal I have is I want to get like more flexible. Because like if you see someone like the top wrestlers in the world, like Jordan Burroughs, Yanni, they can hit full splits and like they can defend shots that people should be finishing.
Yeah.
So like I want to get more flexible where I can be able to do that also.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite move?
Favorite move? From like what position?
Anywhere.
I don't know. Like on bottom, I know they hit stand-ups and stuff. Top, I don't really know. I've been working on my top, so I gotta like practice that some more. But for neutral, I like a nipple single or a duck. I like those.
Nice.
All right. So what made you choose the University of Northern Iowa for college?
So I really liked like all the coaches and stuff, and how the team was super close together. And like they pretty much repeated everything that the coach repeated. And like they just like when I went on a visit there, they didn't try to impress me or anything. They just showed like they just did what they normally do there, which I really like, because some coaches try to like overly impress you and stuff. And then all the kids were cool. They all had like the same goal. Like I was hearing Schwab talk and everyone was dialed in, where some people are like looking off to like other directions and stuff. So I really like that also. And then I liked how, like, down here in Georgia, not a lot of people know about wrestling. And so, like, when you go to tournaments and stuff, it's mainly just, like, the families and stuff there. We're up in Iowa. Everyone cares about wrestling. Like, that's, like, the main sport up there. So you get, like, a packed house. Like, West Gym will be packed. For, like, the Oklahoma State duel, they had to go into a different gym just so they could hold everybody in there. And I just really like that feeling, too. And I felt like that was the best school that could get me into the like to my full potential. Because like the coaches, they showed like a very strong sense of like belief in me. Like after matches, like even if I lost, they would like know that I gave them my all, and they would come up to me and say, "That's why you're gonna be the best one day." And I really like that too.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I used to live in Nebraska, yeah, there's like so many clubs in just one small area. Yeah, like I feel like every up there, that's kind of.
And that's like a main change, like just having all that support to the community. That like also helps like bring wrestlers way up. Because some people, like when they're doing it, they could be like, "What am I even doing this for if no one's really even caring?"
Also, did you have any other offers besides Northern Iowa?
I was looking into George Mason. I really like that school a lot too. I love the coaches and the kids there and everything. I loved it a lot, but I just didn't. I just felt like there weren't enough partners for me in the room, because partners are what makes people the best. I used to not have any partners, and then when I started wrestling with Francis, I got 10 times better. And I feel like partners are like what make you the best, because if you don't have good partners, you're not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have the partners that I was looking for and stuff. And also they didn't really have like, they had a lot of sponsors and stuff, which I really liked, but they didn't have like the people coming out to like support them. Like they didn't have that many people. And then I also had UTC. I love the coaches there too, and all the kids were dope, and I liked them a lot too. They were really cool. But and I could have went there with my best friend too, but it just wasn't the best fit for me either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But those are like my top three.
What changes did you make coming into your last season with winning your first state title, and becoming a Super 32 All-American?
So I got out my surgery, and like I knew this was gonna be my final year, so I wanted to make every moment like treat it like as my last moment. And I started treating every match like a finals match, like a championship match. No matter if it was like a kid I could pin in like 10 seconds or like the best kid in the country. I treated every match like it was my final match. And I knew that I was only going to get these memories one more time. So I wanted to give everything I got. Whether I was like staying extra in the room, being the hardest worker in the room, winning all the sprints, going for extra runs, extra workouts, whatever it took, I wanted to be the best.
So kind of what you already kind of explained it, but what were you thinking going into Super 32?
Going
like
to Super 32?
Like not more, but like that day.
So when I was going in there, I had wrestled. I knew I had to work on my finishes from a tournament from before that, and I knew in my head that I could win it, even though I didn't really win it. I go into every tournament thinking I'm gonna win it, because that's the kind of mindset I like. But when I was in there, normally in big matches and stuff, I stopped wrestling like I wrestle in practice. And there, like, it clicked for me there, because I wrestled my first kid, I beat him. And then I wrestled my second match, but I kind of, like, held off because I was like, I'll get scared to lose. So I, like, tried not to make mistakes. And I ended up – I won the match, but it was, like, a very close match to someone who I should have beat pretty bad. And, like, after that, I had to talk with my coaches, and he was like, you need to open up. It's just like wrestling in the room. You wrestle Francis. He was also Super 32 All-American, like 2 weights higher than me, and I keep it close with him. So he's like, you got to think and like know that you can hit the moves that you do in practice. So right after I had that talk, the next match I went out there and I did it just like I did in practice. And like that was like a real changer for me going into it.
Yeah. So what coaches would you give credit to some of your success?
Definitely Coach Carr and Bryce Carr. Definitely those two are the main ones. They helped me get to where I am. They spent extra hours doing privates with me, spent extra time training with me. They're always like watching me and helping me out with like the little details that helps. And like they've always been in my corner to support me no matter what, which I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
So Georgia doesn't as much press, you would say, as like PA, Ohio, New Jersey, and all those.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely.
And
I wish it's getting there because a
yeah.
lot more people are getting involved in the sport, and it's definitely growing into a stronger state than it has been in the past. But it's still not at that level yet where like the crowds are there.
But Georgia, I think, has a lot of great wrestlers in the state. Has like a lot of ranked top 100 wrestlers for high school.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you feel about this?
I'm happy, but I feel like we could be 10 times better. I
Mhm.
feel like Georgia's developing, but because they're getting better, like coaching, more kids are getting involved in the sport. But I feel like it's gonna keep growing and getting better. It's gonna one day it'll be like Pennsylvania. It'll be like one of those states, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So you wrestled, excuse me. You wrestled 132 at state and Super 32, but you wrestled 138 at some tournaments. What weight do you plan on going in college?
I plan on going 133. I thought the weight cut was gonna be a lot harder to make 32 for high school, but I found because my diet wasn't the best, which is another thing that I needed to work on too, is like getting a good diet down. But because diets, I feel like diets are some of the keys in winning matches, because some matches you can have no energy, some you can have way more. And it also helps with weight cutting. Like I started going vegan during the season, like it was about 2 months, 3 months before the season ended. I saw this documentary on Netflix called The Game Changers, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And I started I just went full vegan, and I just started losing weight pretty easy. Like to make 32, I was 2 pounds under for state every day. Like I didn't have to run one time, which was every year for state. Even last year when I went 132, I had to run to make weight. And this year it was pretty easy. And I felt like the best that I've felt in the whole time I've been wrestling.
Yeah. Do you recommend a vegan diet for people watching?
I don't necessarily recommend it. I say you do the best diet that works for you, and that just works for me, because it helps me cut out all the bad stuff I'm eating and stuff that'll stay in my body and slow me down, and that stuff it just raises my energy levels and helps me lose weight and lean out a lot faster.
Are you planning to be vegan, or when it's wrestling season? Are you gonna go vegan again, or you don't know yet?
I'm not positive, but right now, because the Oklahoma tournament was coming up, I started going vegan again, and I was weighing 155 because I was eating a lot. I probably was more than that, not gonna lie, but now I'm 141, and I've been doing it for about 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So you're one of more. You're a really compact wrestler. So how do you close the distance between longer guys and stuff like that?
Sometimes I'll go into a 3-point stance, but I mainly do a lot of head clubs and getting them off balance. And I like to press the pace in all my matches, because I like to break people. Because once they're broken, then it's easy to start working your own moves and get them tired. So I like to get people really tired. I'll do a lot of motion. I'll take multiple shots, and you just gotta be physical on their head and keep moving them, making them change low and out, knowing when you're gonna shoot and stuff. That's what I normally do. But you don't want to get overly extended either, because then that's when they'll capitalize.
Do you prefer wrestling longer wrestlers or more shorter? Or
mainly it doesn't really matter, but I prefer wrestling people more my height, maybe a little bit taller, because it's just easier for me because I'm shorter.
Mm-hmm.
So you look to be pretty strong for your weight class. What do you do to enhance and grow your strength?
So my dad did a workout that he did in college, and he got pretty strong off of it. And he gave me that workout 4 years ago. So I started my freshman year, I started lifting weights, and I've just I'd work out 5 days a week. Saturday and Sunday are my off days for working out, but I still practice and run. And so that's what I normally do. And I just I'm constant with it. I don't really take days off from working out, because the key to staying there is not taking breaks, even when you feel like you're at your top. And but this year, since I don't want to get too big for college, I've done the same workout, but I made it more reps and lighter weight to like make me more lean, but while I'm still getting stronger, so I don't gain like all the muscle weight.
Yeah.
So who made you who got you to start wrestling?
My dad, he because he wrestled in high school for a little bit, and then when he was at Georgia Tech, they had like a little community club thing, so he wrestled for them too. But he got me into it when I was 5, and there was a place called Perry Takedown Club, and that's where he had me start off at.
When did you make the switch to Storm? Like, what age did you make?
It was I think my 8th grade year, or going into 8th grade that summer, because I went to Storm, and then I went to Mid-State after Perry, because Perry ended up like canceling out because they were a high school team. But so I started going to Mid-State, and then Coach Dave Matthews, he left Mid-State and because he had moved to Alexander High School. So when he moved there, then that's when I transferred to Storm. And it was, I think, summer going into 8th grade. But I wish I would have started there a lot faster because I'd be probably 10 times better.
For sure. Because good coach.
Yeah. I love that man.
So you posted on Instagram photos with Storm. Tell me what they do for you and how they have helped you.
The Storm? Oh,
Yeah,
my Insta? Well, like, what do you mean? Like, the coaches?
Yeah.
They've helped me into who I am, like, not only like as a wrestler, but also like they've helped me become a better person also. And they've shown me like multiple stuff. Coach Carl will take me fishing with them, and we'll catch a bunch of fish, which is always fun. And they just like treat me like I'm one of theirs, like their sons, which I really like too. Like they brought me under their wing, and they've shown me like everything. And like they just keep helping me get better, and they have some of the biggest belief in me, which I really like. Like I give all my credit to them.
So do the warm up before a match, like before the tournament starts, most likely.
So tournament, I'll get my partner, and we'll do a bunch of like we'll try to break a sweat before we like stop. So we'll do a bunch of like neutral, fast paced, and stand ups, turns, and like sprints at the end. And once we got a good sweat going, then we drink some fluids, eat a little something, and start getting ready to wrestle and like get our minds in the right spot. And then I'd say about 30 minutes before I'm up, I put on my headphones and I start listening to music, and I'll start like bouncing around, like pacing around the mat. And then when I start getting like closer, or like in between it, I'll start doing like some stance of motion and stuff. And but like right before my match, I turn on my hype song, and then I get like really hyped up. And then
What's
I go
that?
out there. It was a couple of different ones. So I like The Race by TK. That was one of them one year. Then one that was like this best one probably was Skrilla by Kodak Black. That song was so good. And then this year it was Capo by NLE Chopper.
What's next year?
Huh?
Do you know what next year is?
I don't know yet. I'm still listening. I probably will listen to Capo or Skrilla at Oklahoma. I'm not sure yet. I got to find a new hype song that will like give me the vibes.
Yeah.
But I like the beat in Capo. That's why I liked it, like the beat of it.
So on Instagram, your name is like 2-3- a bunch of other numbers. Is there a meaning behind that?
Oh, yeah. So I had like question marks in them all, and it was like what I was going to place as state every year. So freshman year, I got second. I lost, I think, 3-1 in the finals or 2-1, something like that. Then it went 2. Then sophomore year, I got third. I lost to the same kid who I lost into the finals. Freshman year, I lost. And I don't know. I feel like I got screwed, but it's over now. It's in the past, so I don't really want to talk about it. But then so sophomore year, I got third. Then last year, I got second again. I lost in overtime. And then this past year I won it, so that was number 1.
Okay. So is that what the meaning is?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I had like question marks in them, but now they're filled up. But now
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to erase them and keep them for college.
All right,
Hopefully
so
they're all 1-1-1-1.
Uh,
seeing you like wrestle in person, I've noticed that you're like super calm before matches. How's that, and like what's your mindset before, like right
Like,
before?
so I used to psych myself out. Like if I knew the kid, I would like if the kids beat me before, I would like freak out and not want to make any mistakes, and I just like get overly anxious and like scared. And same like even some matches, I'll still go out and I'll be kind of scared before I go. But like I have some songs in my playlist, like they're just like calming songs and stuff. And like
Mhm.
I'll like say some things in my mind, because I started doing the mindset mic thing.
wrestling mindset.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
doing that for a little bit, and the four principles, I would say that in my mind, and I like that a lot because it like calmed me down. And then I would say in my mind like, I know I'm the best in the world, so what am I scared for?
Uh-huh. So what's your favorite food to eat after weigh-ins?
Ooh, after weigh-ins, I like spaghetti. Spaghetti, yeah, with meatballs.
Nice.
That food's always good, and then I always love ice cream too.
Uh,
Ice cream bust.
So who has been like the most influential person to you during your wrestling career?
Definitely my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely him. My mom has been there for me too, but my dad, he's helps me like find videos on Flow to watch people like before I'm about to wrestle them, like so I can know what they do, like if they like legs or not, so I can have like different game plans going into matches. He uh he always like he always like knows I can be the best, so he always like strives for me to be the best. He'll come to my practices and watch me, see things I need to work on, and text them to me so I can work on the next practice. He'll be like looking up moves that like are in my alley that I'd like to hit, and he'll show them to me. And if I like them, I'll use them. And if not, he like just looks for more. And he's like always just been there in my corner for me.
yeah, it's awesome having a parent like that.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to the most in college? And have you decided what you're gonna major?
So I'm majoring in supply chain management because my parents I was gonna do engineering, but you and I didn't have the kind of engineering that I wanted to go into. So I'm gonna do supply chain management because I want to go into my parents' company when I'm done wrestling.
Okay.
So I'll do supply chain management. But then I'm mostly excited in college, like to meet new people and to wrestle. I haven't wrestled in forever, and I'm so excited. And I know like I'll be in my prime then, so I'm excited to see like what the future has in store for me.
So, out of all of your accomplishments, what would you be the most proud of? You would say.
Placing at Super 32. I'd say that. Like I've never won state before, which was an awesome feeling too. But placing at Super 32 was definitely my favorite accomplishment. Just like having everyone in my corner there. I had Coach Carr there too, and it was I don't know, it was just like a different experience.
I forgot, what place did you get again at Super 32?
I got eighth.
Eighth?
Sadly, I lost to the guy who I beat on the front side for seventh and eighth because I didn't finish my shots. I was in I think 7 or 8 times and I didn't finish a single shot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was bad.
What was your reaction after you won your blood round match?
It was I don't know. It was so in the second period, the ref almost didn't give me a takedown. I got like a takedown like with 3 seconds left. And like right when time expired, and then the other ref gave me 2. So I was hyped up about that. Then I started riding out the kid, and like the time was like ticking down, and then I got in on a shot, and I was trying to finish it, but then time ran out, and then all I heard was like all the people in my corner like rooting me. Like Chase was like, "Let's go," and then Coach Carr was like, "Yeah." So like that's like what I mostly remember. And then I was just like super excited. I shook the guy's hand, shook the coach's hand, and then gave a hug to Coach Carr. And I was like, I felt like I was on top of the world.
Nice.
So, what have you been doing over quarantine to train? Well, it's someone over in Georgia I can kind of see. But
Yeah.
before that, what were you doing to like keep yourself on top of your game and all that?
So when like Corona first hit, my parents didn't really let me leave the house. I didn't get to see any of my friends or anything for like 2 months. So they had me working with them at one of their job sites. So I was working from 8 to 4 or 5 every day in the morning to night. And then when I get home, I'd go to the gym. Well, like, we have like a little gym in our garage. So I'd work out there and then go for a run. So that was like just me trying to stay in shape. But then when Coach Carr opened back up, I started going there again, and I stopped working. So now I'm just practicing and then working out and running.
Mm-hmm. So you talk about how you run a lot. How much do you usually run every day?
Probably 3 miles, I would say, like on average. Like I went to the beach last week, and I got kind of out of shape just from a week, which I'm not gonna lie, it sucked. But every morning there, I would wake up and then run 4 miles to make up because I couldn't go to practice, so I'd run an extra mile.
Yeah.
But typically like 3 miles a day.
Okay.
So, was wrestling your only sport throughout your life, or was there any other sports you played?
Growing up, when I was little, I played baseball and football a lot. And I played baseball, but then the first year that it changed to like kids pitch, I got hit 23 times with the ball. So after that, I cut out baseball and I just played football. But then in middle school, my friends convinced me to play baseball again. So I played 7th and 8th grade year. And then in football, I finished my last year in 8th grade, and then I didn't go back because I was too small. Like my coaches, they told me, they're like, if you were bigger, you would start. And when I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm done playing football after this year. I just finished it so I could get the participation trophy.
Nice. So I think that's all we have for you. Thanks for coming on the podcast. We really enjoyed it.
All right. Thank y'all for having me.
No,
Me too.
no problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah,
I'll see you up in Oklahoma, Tyson.
Yeah, I'll see you at Oklahoma. I'll beat you too.
All right, bet. All right, I'll see y'all.
I'm gonna jump you from behind.
Oh, really? All right, have a great one, y'all.
Yeah.
All right.